the chairman of the occasion with us, and somebody who has been very impactful since the beginning, and would like to have a word with him, sir. Great to have you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so how key is it forum?
Well, it's very important in the sense that, as was explained at the beginning of the forum, you have the public universities, traditional universities. You also have the colleges of education. Now, whilst we are getting an increase in the numbers in terms of students and faculty, the infrastructure has largely remained the same. We will not see much progress. And of course, there is a relation between the quality of education you provide and the infrastructure you have. And so there's a need for us to have that discussion. Bear in mind that government support has been dwindling, and not just in Ghana, all over the world. So there has to be innovative ways of financing infrastructure projects. That's the essence of this forum.
And some would say going to the university in our days and in the days of the people who had the opportunity earlier, the problem has persisted, and such fora are taking place. And what makes this one different? Why should we believe that what will come out of this will be something positive going forward?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a very good question. Largely, in previous times, the focus has been on the challenges that the educational sector has faced in Ghana. I think the difference this time is the fact that you have the various players, including the private sector, participating, and we are going to discuss ways by which we can fund such projects, innovative ways. So you have, for example, Grader here, you have IFC here, and we are going to have open forum discussions, panel discussions, and decide on which are the possible ways. You notice from the beginning the direction that we are going, that right from the start, it was emphasized that it is not about speaking only in terms of challenges. It's more about finding solutions, and in this case, discussing ways of funding infrastructure projects in the university using PPP as an example. And that's the difference, in my view, this time.
You personally alluded to finance as the truth, as the only thing that's been a hindrance so far as these infrastructure challenges are concerned. Is it that you are not attractive? I mean, the institutions are not attractive in terms of the numbers, not attractive in terms of your credit standings and all that. That is not giving you the opportunity to have the funds.
Yes, of course. You mentioned that finance is a key challenge, but of course, you have to mention that money alone is not enough. You have to be creative and innovative. Now, back to the issue about the creditworthiness of the institutions. You got to understand that there are various categories of universities here. First of all, you have the public traditional universities, you have the 10K universities, you have the college of education. Even among the traditional public universities, capacities differ. So you heard the minister mention the example of UPSC that is doing so well in terms of infrastructure projects and the model they have adopted. Yes, numbers are important, but you have to look at each university on its own. You see KNUST, they are able to attract funding. I mentioned, in fact, the minister mentioned the example of UPSC as the number one in Ghana and what they're able to do. And if you look at where UPSC has come from, where they are going, you still can come from small beginnings and still be able to make it to the top if you are innovative and creative about it. And I think that's an example that the rest can learn from. And that's one of the essence of this forum.
Need I say that has been the trick you've been using to transform, because when the minister singled you out and gave you a very special mention, your colleagues were applauding. And like you're saying, they have to learn from you.
Yes, so as I said, it's an example of a case study of coming from small beginnings and still able to do what you are doing. Yes, it's an example that others can learn from. Yes.
Thank you very much for your time.
All right.